Romika Designs. And if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logo designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Hey travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1820. 855-325-1820. That's 855-325-1820.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
Accelerated Graphics and Signs, 101 East Renfro, Sweet C in Burleson, Texas, can handle all of your graphic needs. Need a banner or promotional products for your business? They got you covered. T-shirts and caps for your group. All you need to figure out is if you want them screen printed or embroidered. How about some slick graphics on that hot ride to make you stand out from the crowd? Accelerated Graphics and Signs can handle anything you throw at them. Located at 101 East Renfro Street, Sweet C in Burleson, Texas, go in and see them. Call them at 817-991-0523 or reach them on the web at www.acceleratedgraphics.net. They are loud and proud and want to serve you. Accelerated Graphics.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Serving Johnson County, Texas, Joco Community Radio.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is Real Estate Reality Time with your host, Diana Roberts. I am with EXP. I am a realtor here in our community and here to help whenever you need me. So call me. And then we've also got my amazing co-host.
This is Jason Chandler with Affinity Mortgage in Burleson. Who do we got with us?
Oh, yeah. Who do we got?
I am Bert Quintanilla with Community Constructions. My lovely wife, Heather.
Hi, everyone.
Hey,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, we're so happy to have you guys on the show. So you guys are community construction, right? I mean, so it kind of is self-explanatory. So you guys do some construction work too, or is it mainly just roofs? Because I know sometimes there could be construction in there, but then it might just be somebody that actually just takes care of your roof for you.
Well, I've been in the construction business for a long time, since 2003 for the roofing side. So we've kind of dialed it down into just roofing only, but we're a wheelhouse. We could do just about anything
Okay.
residential.
Well, and a lot of
Awesome.
times with a claim, especially if they've had a leak, there's a lot of damage on the interior, exterior. So we can handle their claim from start to finish, which is why we're construction and roofing, because roofing really is construction.
Yes.
It's not just replacing your roof, right?
Right,
Like there's
that's exactly
a lot
right.
of things that you can find when we get in there and dig in. So
And
Yes.
we'll get into the insurance part of it, but the claim paperwork, if they had 46 pages, it was a massive claim damage to it. As a company, we can go in line by line and fix everything. And it doesn't happen too often, but water remediation, if there's frame damage, if there's sheetrock paint, we can do all of it. We love to focus on the roof, but we do run into that probably 10% of our claims.
Okay, awesome. So I do have one other very interesting question that I feel has come up. So with just me and talking with other agents, honestly, but so in different areas, there are different environmental situations that will occur that can cause, certain roofs, if you don't put like it needs a certain roof in order to be able to be maintained well and actually last a little bit longer in that area because of the environmental issues that they have there. So is that something that you guys feel that you guys bring up to your clients as well? And do you guys do the research on that? Like, I mean, I want to know a little bit about that, because I was talking to somebody else and I was like, you know what? I've never asked a roofer that and I really want to.
Yeah.
So I waited till today.
today is the
Today
day.
is the day, because I know you guys know the answer.
Well,
Yes.
what kind of environmental question? would they have?
So like say, in Cleburne, they get a little bit more tornado situations, which I know sometimes you can't avoid that. But there is still like in hail damage. We get a lot of hail damage in our area, just in Burleson here too. So those kinds of factors, and then heat, like the sun, especially us in Texas, the heat is so harsh, I feel, on our roofs.
100%.
So, right.
Yeah.
And especially this summer, it was even,
It was
the
terrible.
climate change has been ridiculous. So I know that has got to have put a lot of, just more damage to the
Right.
roof a lot quicker than usual, right?
Yeah, and it may shock a lot of people, but on average, in Dallas Fort Worth, people are replacing their roofs every 7 years. So that's due to hail damage. I tell my homeowners it's very wet here. It's very cold. It's very hot. It's brutal in North Texas. We're at the very bottom of the jet stream, so we get all kinds of weather here in our market. So it's rough. It's rough in Cleburne. It's rough in Plano. But if you pan the camera back and looked at our market's very volatile. It's rough, as is Oklahoma City. You go up into Kansas, things like that. But our market you've got a lot of wind damage. There's a lot of hail damage. There's a lot of damage from the sun, and once it rains and then it heats up and the humidity rises, it just destroys that shingle. It can destroy it after time. So.
Right. And I feel like shingles are the ones that like everybody wants shingles, but in my opinion, like in Mexico, what are the ones that are the
Tile.
The tile, yes.
Mhm.
Wouldn't tile be more beneficial here in our heat?
Yeah, in
like
the heat,
Arizona,
yes, it
but not
does
in the
make
winter.
sense, but the hail will just
Right, the hail will
wreak
destroy
havoc.
it. Okay,
Right.
that was one of my questions too,
Right.
because I was very curious on that, because I was like, honestly, like that's great for heat, but again, like you said, so what about the metal roofs? Like I've heard a lot
Well,
about metal roofs too.
So you said that you liked tile.
yes.
There's a product on the market that is stone coated steel, and it's made to look like tile,
Ooh.
and it's extremely durable. They call it a lifetime roof, but I don't like definitives like that.
Right.
But I mean, we've seen people with roofs 20, 30 years old.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah,
That's
and-
been around that long.
Oh,
This
Decra
kind of
and
metal?
Tilcor. Oh, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Decra's been around over 60 years.
That's
Decra.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna
Mhm.
remember that. I like
Yeah,
that.
It's a
Mhm.
stone coated steel. It's 26 gauge metal, and I'm a big guy. I'm pretty heavy. When we're done with it, I can walk all over it without damaging the roof. And once you feel the product, it feels like a really thick grade sandpaper,
Yeah.
like an 80 grit, 60
Mhm.
grit. and the granules are baked onto the metal, so it goes through the kiln at the factory. And when it comes out, I mean, you and I cannot rub the granules off of it. But the benefits to getting the metal are fantastic. And our market, quote unquote, market for Dallas Fort Worth is not a metal market yet.
Right.
But I think we're rapidly heading that way.
I think
people
we
are
should.
tired of it. I mean, they're tired of replacing their roof every 7 years.
Mhm.
They're tired of going through the process. I mean, even with the best contractor, it's still a little stressful because you just want it to go smoothly. And then finally it's done. Okay, I can breathe. Right.
Right.
And especially if it's someone that you've never worked with before, and you want to be sure that they're walking you through and that you can trust that process. But the cool thing about Decra and Tilcor and other companies like that with the stone coated steel, it's not just tile. Like they have different profiles. Yeah.
Oh.
So if you like the shingle look, but you want the lifetime roof, those products provide that as well.
And we deal with a
Nice.
lot of HOAs. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Heather and I deal with a lot of HOAs. They're very strict. They're big neighborhoods. So if they only want a composition shingle look, they make that profile in the stone coated steel. And between the profiles and the colors you can choose from, we'll make a match. We're going to make the homeowner happy one way or another. And COVID hit and the supply chain was just destroyed. We
Right.
couldn't get material in. They're limited to colors. You know, a shingle manufacturer usually has 7 or 8 colors. After COVID hit, you were lucky to have 2.
Right.
But the metal market wasn't affected that way.
Right.
So their profiles were in plenty and their colors were in plenty. So, but between the homeowners having to do something on average every 7 years, it becomes a financial burden, and it's a stressor on the family, the whole thing. You've got to pick the right guy. You know, one guy did a great job. You call him, he's not in business anymore. So there's a lot of things that lead into it, but I think we're rapidly getting to be a metal market, and our office has all of the products on the showroom floor. So you're welcome to come in, make the appointment, and we'll show you the product. And then we've got on the flat screen TV the process of tearing off down to the deck, and then step 1 through whatever to finish the product. So you can see it, and when you see the install, you see how it's done. So because we've got to build value on, you know, on the price and why it's worth paying for it, because it is
Right.
it is more expensive than shingle.
But I mean, when you file an insurance claim, insurance is going to give you a portion of that.
Right.
So it's the best time to do it, right?
Yes.
And so one thing that we like to do with our homeowners, we educate them. Okay, here's your price for which, I mean, we do it based off of insurance proceeds, but this is what you're going to have to pay with insurance. All you do is your deductible, and this is our step. This is our process. But there's also a stone coated steel option. Does this make sense for you in your home right now? If you're going to sell in 2-3 years, probably not. But if you're going to stay for a long time, let's look at this option. Here's the price. Educate them, let them touch it, feel it, understand the process, and that it's class 4. It's fire rated. I mean, it's a pretty cool product. It's going to help you save on your homeowner's insurance.
Yeah.
Right. And then also, God forbid you decide in 20-30 years, you just don't like that profile anymore and you want to change it out, and there's damage and insurance will buy it. Insurance pays like for like. So once you upgrade that first time, you're good to go from there on out. But
It'll
we
hold
educate
market
them.
value.
Yeah.
Okay.
It will hold market value for the length of the history of that roof. So
Oh,
if in
nice.
2022, if you paid $50,000 for a metal roof,
Yeah.
and you replaced it in 25 years, it's going to be worth a lot more money, and they'll pay you that money for it. So it's an upgrade that holds its value. It's not like a pool. It's not like a patio. or
Wait, you're
Right.
saying that the insurance company will, like, if it's been 20, let's say I moved my house in 2000, I put on the metal roof, and here we are 2022, and I'm like, I want, there's nothing really wrong with it, right? I mean, it's still in good shape, but I just want a different look, or does it get worn?
Well,
over
I
time?
mean, yeah, I mean, there has to be damage. I mean, we have to prove that.
Yeah, and she's saying if you filed it through an insurance
So,
claim.
Right.
so
Right.
is it after about 20 years that you actually have to look at the metal that they will start to break down?
I have honestly been on these roofs that were 30 years plus, and there's really nothing wrong with them. They'll lose some of the granule on the hip and ridge
Right.
if they're super old from the weathering, from the
Okay.
sun and all these things.
Okay.
But I have not seen these roofs where they were just absolutely destroyed and buckled and the whole thing. Time doesn't do anything to them from what I've seen. And I've worked in 8 markets. But if in 20, 25 years, 30 years, 8 years or whatever, if y'all had really big hailstones and it compromised the roof to a point to where the insurance bought that roof, it will hold fair market value. So if in
Wow.
2022, if you're at X amount of dollars per square, they're going to look through a system called Xactimate, and they're going to follow that curve and that dollar amount for that metal roof. Shingles do the same thing as well.
Right.
But what she's saying is once you upgrade and pay that price, you're going to hold that position and pay fair market value when you do replace it.
Nice.
And every time we've pulled off a stone coated steel roof, it's always been replaced with the same product. So that tells you the homeowners, they don't want to mess with it.
Right.
They want the same
They
product.
want the same product. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean, it
they're
makes
satisfied.
sense. It just
Right.
makes sense. Like, I'm like, I
Exactly.
want this roof.
100%. 100%. And it's so funny. Like I said, I mean, it's been around for 60 plus years and people are like, oh, I'm kind of nervous about a new product. 100%. I
It's
would be
not new.
too. It's
Yeah.
not new.
No.
What? I had no idea. So just educating and letting them know that it's even an option. And if it's the right decision, now's the time to do it, right? I mean,
Absolutely.
you don't want to find out about it 6 months, 2 years after you did your roof, right?
And
So-
we
For sure.
wanted the showroom because homeowners, when I present them with the option, they've never seen it. So they're not being presented options at closing, basically. They're just being showed, this is the color, here's shingles, we're going to put metal edge on, here, sign the contract. So I don't know
Yeah.
why these guys are not showing options. I have
Right.
no clue.
Because options are important, especially like
100%.
everybody
Oh, you're
wants
talking about
options.
like the builders for the new construction.
Builders, the contractors, the roofing contractors are really not showing options. And the builders is another good point. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
the builders are rapidly building these beautiful big homes and taking their time, and they're really nice. And they're throwing a shingle roof on there. A lot of the builders don't really know that the product's out there.
Oh, and they
So
need to. So if
they-
you builders are listening, hello, y'all need to put this on their people's roofs, okay?
100%.
This is more. It makes more sense. It makes
Or-
like you. It seems like you're
Well, but
getting
the
what
cost,
you're.
what's the cost compared to a regular composite?
It's a good question. So in the roofing business, so we're going to call it per square. So your roof is 40 squares of material. Okay. So a 10 foot by 10 foot area is 1 square. So we'll measure back in the day, because I'm getting older, we measured everything by hand. Everything was done on the ground, up on the roof. We measured hand, hip and ridge, the whole thing. Now we've got satellite imaging, and we still measure. I still measure by hand, anyways, sometimes. But if your roof is, say, 40 squares, insurance is paying about $380, $400 per square for that composition roof to be removed and replaced.
Gotcha.
That's where that number from insurance should be about. Sometimes it's a little lower. It's never higher.
Well, dang it.
I know, right?
And then your metal roof is somewhere in the neighborhood of between $850 and closer to $1,000. So it can be
Right.
sticker shock, but the showroom is there to show value and to build value as to why it's worth the investment.
Right.
And as she was saying earlier, if you did get hit with a storm and the insurance was paying $25,000 and your metal roof was $50,000, they've already paid you $25,000. So really, you're just paying the extra $25,000 to upgrade. And these are rough numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just throwing numbers on top of my head, but
Well, no, that's
Yeah,
good. That
pretty
kind of
close.
gives us a genuine idea, right, of what we're looking at.
Well, and as far as like the builder goes, like especially if you're more of like a custom builder, or sometimes people come in on the process, right?
Right.
And you haven't shingled it yet. Give them an option. Like if you're seeing that they're kind of a higher end customer, here's another option for you to upgrade your roof, which covers the entire property, which will make sure that this beautiful granite or marble is covered. You know what I mean? And protected.
For sure.
So I think that we spend so much time on what we can see without focusing on what covers it and protects it for the long term.
See, I'm the opposite. I want to know
Mhm.
what's going to protect my home.
Right.
You
But that's
know?
because you're a realtor.
Yeah, true. I've seen a lot of things.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then they build these beautiful, amazing homes, and then I drive by and I see the shingle, and I'm like, oh, that's so sad because
It
it's
really is.
so thin, and it's like the cheapest thing that they can put up there. And I'm like, man, that's such a miss.
Yeah.
It really is, because God forbid these people get a leak on that property. Those beautiful hardwood floors they just put in.
That's money
bye-bye.
out of the builder's pocket too, honestly,
Yes.
because
Right.
they have warranties in place.
Right.
Exactly.
So those warranties are going to be used up
100%.
if they don't start thinking more on, okay, what is going to be more economically,
Right.
environmentally better for these houses that we're building and putting all this money in and investing in.
It
100%.
depends on the builder. You have to look at them though. If you look at someone like, the bigger builders, they've
Mhm.
got their plans coming out. Hey, we've got this is how we're going to
Like
make
a
the
track
homes.
home.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, if
Yeah.
you're talking a custom builder, that's a different deal. I think where
Exactly.
the custom builder could slow down and be like, look, I'm building these real high end homes,
Right.
So I need to give more options.
Absolutely.
But whereas you
100%.
get with the big builders, they're going to be like, we got this planned out for 200 homes. We've already
100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it just kind of depends, on that.
Well, and to piggyback on what you were talking about with environmental, I mean, like Weatherford, it's Fredericksburg, it's a little hillier. There's not
Yes.
as many big buildings. It's a lot windier there. So just going back with a straight shingle is not always the best option,
No,
right?
no.
So, and you don't want to do Decra. That's maybe too out of your price point. Well, let's look at a different metal. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, I mean, there's tons of options out there. Like you don't have to go back just straight shingle. And even amongst shingles, I mean, there's low end, mid grade, high end, and then you've got class 4, and then you've got specialty shingles that are even thicker than class 4 and give you a totally different look. So, I mean,
Look,
it can be overwhelming.
it
There's a lot of
depends,
options.
because the average person is going to be like, nah, I got insurance screwed. If it's every 6 or 7 years, it's every
Right.
6. That's what I pay insurance for, as long as I'm not having to pay out of pocket. And I'm thinking at the same time, if everybody went to metal roofs,
hmm
what are you guys going to do? Don't you like every 7 years that people are having to?
I had a very good friend of mine that
Yeah,
owns
we've
his
we've
own-
heard that before.
Yeah.
It makes sense, because if I roof your house now and we put a shingle on there, and I'm not dogging shingles, we do a
Right.
bunch of shingles,
Right.
Yeah.
but we only stick to one manufacturer, one brand. I'm not sure if I want to name names right now, but it's the best
Only if they're
product.
sponsoring the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's the best product on the market that I can buy, and
Right.
I've used all of them. I've been in the
Mhm.
business for 18 years. I've used all the manufacturers. This is the best one. It's got the least claims. They're not in court. They're not being sued. All these kinds of things. So the shingles are great. If I replace it, for the most part, I should be back in 7 years. But I've gotten to a point now through my career when I'm on that house, if I've given the option for metal, I want to do what's best for the house.
Right.
Now, I may get a referral for a mom or an uncle or whatever, and that's great. But I really want to do what's best for the property and for the home, what's going to run the longest. And it's just like a car, we just got a Toyota Tundra. We're looking at a Tundra. And I like the
our Tundra. We have a Tundra. I love
Oh.
it.
I like the
love
Tundra.
it.
She's got a
Yes.
Highlander.
Right.
Yes.
I want to buy those because they don't have issues.
Right.
I don't want issues.
Right.
And the homeowners are the same way with their products. So the contractors are looking to this market. I could get into this. This market is fast turn and burn.
Yes.
That's how the
Right.
roofers think in this market. They want to go as fast as possible. They want to roof as many houses as possible, and they want to make obviously as much profit as they can. But there's a lot of ways to skin that cat. The way they're saving money is putting on cheaper product on the house,
Yes.
and they know good and well it's going to get destroyed after a while. And if we keep good relationship with that homeowner, they're going to call us back and kind of giving secret stuff that we don't really, we don't play by that beat, but
Right.
I think that the metal is much better. And she and I work a lot in the country. We're in Parker County. We're in Johnson County. We're on ranches,
Yes.
farms.
That's what I was
and-
say. Ranches, because trees.
Yeah, those
they
guys,
want metal roofs.
those
100%.
customers want
Yes.
metal because they're never leaving that property.
right.
And when we discuss not only the price, but the product and how we install it, they're all in for it.
Yeah.
So when we get into the heart of Burleson, those homeowners have never really seen the metal. And, it is more expensive, but it's for the long run. And that's the
Absolutely.
preliminary questions we ask the homeowner. Do you plan on leaving?
Right.
No, we're going to die here. Okay.
So you might want this roof because it's
Yeah.
gonna, in the long run, it's gonna save you money, guys.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it,
Right.
because you might be paying a little bit extra now, but then you're not having to go back, 7 years later, possibly
Right.
6 to 7 years, depending on the weather,
Right.
and have to have your shingles replaced again because,
And some people have 3 roofs in 10 years.
yeah,
That's
oh,
not uncommon.
right,
And
yeah,
you get up into Denton, you get up into Plano, you get in McKinney, they're getting just wiped out. I was in Plano yesterday. I dropped my sister off. She had neck surgery, and I drove around. I'm always interested in the market, and there was tile and metal all over the place because they're constantly getting thumped over there. So they're tired of dealing with it. So there's a bunch of metal in those northern counties.
Just the weather's different over there.
It is. I don't know what happens. I don't know. I mean, Denton is like a magnet for it.
Well, yes, there.
Yeah.
Denton's
being
yeah, this area is pretty much, and now not when you get around Cleburne,
Yeah,
like I said, but
it's different.
like the Benbrook area, like the lake, I think it does something to kind of keep the weather
Mhm.
going a little south before it comes this way.
Right.
So I think it like Crowley,
Mm-hmm.
I lived there outside of there for 16 years, never had a bad hailstorm.
Right.
And I was like, how is this when you're looking all over the Metroplex
Right.
and how do we keep from getting hammered? But I really think that lake, it's just kind of weird, how
Something,
water,
yeah.
but
We've got a circle
it's
over.
They
very
call it the
Still happens.
Burleson bubble.
The Burleson bubble.
The
That's right. That's
bubble.
what I was trying to remember what it was
It's the
called.
Burleson
Thank you.
bubble, baby.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
the Burleson bubble. Like everything just bypasses Burleson. It's like,
But
really.
like I have people call and they're like, "Hey, like I'm leaking," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry. We'll get someone out there. How old's your roof? Oh, it's only 7 years old. It's good.
Which
I'm
means
fine."
about 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
But I'm like, "Okay, well, we'll come take a look." And then we get out there and it's destroyed. And they're like, "I don't understand. Like, I don't remember there being a hailstorm." You know what I mean? And then, hey, call your insurance. Let's see what we can do. And sure enough, they come out and they buy it. Hopefully, if you have the right insurance,
Well,
we'll say
that's
that.
kind of a loaded statement right there.
Hopefully.
We'll say that. I
Yeah.
mean, we have to fight insurance all the time. And that's another thing I kind of want to talk about. Like, guys, as a homeowner, when you pay that insurance policy, they're there to work for you.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
if you have a contractor that goes up on your roof and says, this is damaged, shows you proof, right? And you can see it with your own eyes, and that the insurance comes out and says, nope, denied. You have every right to call and ask for a second, a third adjuster.
Mhm.
We even in our back pocket, we have public adjusters that we work with that have no association with said insurance company. They're independent and
Nice.
they know and have the tools and the documentation to go help you fight that
That's
and
good.
win that. We've
And
even had to get lawyers involved
the-
sometimes. It's
yeah,
so
and
sad.
It is really sad.
I don't want to scare the
Yeah.
homeowners with all that kind of talk, but you're
No, this
very
is good.
correct.
I think
It's
they
very
need to
correct,
hear. Yes.
But we
absolutely.
will walk you through the whole thing. We walk
Right.
the homeowner through the whole thing, and they really don't have to lift a finger.
Right.
If they choose us as a contractor and we've got, signed document that we're going to get this thing started, we walk the homeowner through the whole thing. So we just got to know where we're at, what we need to get done, and we'll take it from there. We had a file that started early February and
Mhm.
it just got paid out. And we
Oh,
just
wow.
finished the roof two weeks ago. It's 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it started in February.
Yes, sir.
Did the claim took that long
The
to
adjuster
approve?
and I were on the roof, I think, on the 6th of February. And it's taken this long, which is super common.
That's so
Wow.
sad.
Because we had to fight it.
Right.
And they were leaking. Like they were leaking so bad that the homeowner had to come out of pocket to fix it while we fought insurance to do the right thing.
I'd
But
be looking for a
eventually
new
we got it.
insurance company.
So, I mean, the adjuster sitting there arguing, going, "There's nothing wrong with this roof," and you're having it. So how do you
And
say,
water
what
damage
about,
is
what
in
about
the
the
house.
leaking?
Oh,
what
gosh.
do you think? Where do you think it's coming from?
Oh,
Yeah.
it must have been something from the cat. I don't know what that is. I've heard the crazy.
They say some crazy stuff, y'all.
And
Holy.
it's maintenance. They call it what do they call it? It's maintenance, but it's
I don't
Home
know.
maintenance, like the homeowner's maintenance.
you're being
neglectful.
neglect.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, homeowner
Yeah.
neglect or
Because I didn't climb up on my roof and
Right.
sweep my
yeah.
yeah,
shingles.
Yeah.
Okay.
exactly.
What are you supposed to do as a homeowner?
My head is full and it's spinning. I've got so much to say about all that stuff, but
Yeah.
the insurance company I'm constantly battling the insurance company.
Yeah,
And
That's
if
sad.
you've got damage up there on a 10-foot by 10-foot area, it's one square. If I can see 10 shots of damage from hail, I'm not even looking for wind anymore. Those guys aren't even paying that stuff.
Mm-mm.
Right.
I'm looking for hail damage, not only on one slope, but I'm going to find it on all four. If I can see that, I know I can get it bought, and we'll start that process. And unfortunately, I'll ask the homeowner what insurance company they have. Once they tell me, I'm like, oh, they.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, because you already know. I'm sure you guys already
Yeah.
know which insurance companies are
yeah.
the ones that you're going to have to
Yeah.
struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
But I
There's a
don't.
couple of good ones.
And I can tell
Yeah.
you one right now. I already
Yeah.
know of one.
Well,
And I could say, I will say it. I'm
Well,
not
no.
scared. Don't tell me.
I'm not,
We're open here.
Yeah.
No filter.
Right.
Yeah.
Hashtag no filter.
Yeah.
That's right.
Easy
I'll say when we
tiger.
come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I had
I'll
that
keep 'em waiting.
particular insurance company that everybody's like, "Oh God, you hope you never have an issue with a roof."
Right.
And I had a roofer come by, and this is 6 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And he just came by, and I said, "Yeah, I'll take a new roof if I don't have to pay anything." He goes, "Yeah, because it's 12 years old, but we never had a bad storm, and I never had any leaks." So I'm like, he goes, "Yeah, but I can get this for you. And I said, well, here's my insurance company. He goes, oh, well, but they met the insurance agent met him out there. They both got on the roof. The actual agent up there, or what? I guess the adjuster. Although he was not the agent in the office, but he actually cut a check right there, like from his truck. After he was like, yeah, I agree. We'll cover this roof, and then left it. So I was like, wow, that went good. But I've heard. Yeah.
And that's a good day.
Not always like that.
That's a good day. Yeah,
yeah, that is a good,
good day.
And now the insurance companies are sending third-party guys out there. They don't even work for Allstate or State Farm. It's a third-party company.
See, there's the ones I was going to say. Okay, I love it. Go ahead.
Oh, we got 10 seconds.
All right, guys. Hey, we're going to go to a quick break, but we will be right back, and we've got a lot more information, and we're educating you some more. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Got a deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leach Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson in Cleveland, Texas. Leach Brothers has been family owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
Serving Johnson County, Texas, Joco Community Radio.
I know. I like it. Yeah.
Gets you going.
I want to work out to it.
Fire you up. Yeah, exactly. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pump some iron.
Right. Hello, guys. Welcome back. You are listening to Joco Community Radio, and we are proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoco.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch, and the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store. Check out our lineup and more at JocoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more brought to you by Patriot Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-839-4245. That is 844-839-4245. Be sure to dress your arms and more at thetiffy.com. All right, guys, we are back. We can start chatting it up again with some more of this insurance talk. I was really digging that.
Yeah, we were in the zone, right?
We were in the zone. Yes, of course. So, yeah, what I know you had said. Or wait, you wanted to say something. Okay, go ahead.
So we were kind of talking about like the adjusters coming out, and Bert was saying that like it's a third party. It's not even through the actual insurance carrier anymore. Now we have certain insurance companies that have an app that the contractor uses, and the contractor is the adjuster.
Sweet.
which is, I mean, we kind of like it actually. It's less headache for us. We don't have to meet someone out there. We just take the documentation, we take the pictures and send it in. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, I mean, it works pretty well.
It sounds so easy with her. No, it's there's different apps that we use, and even when the insurance company sends a third party guy like a Ladder Assist or Roof Now or something like that, they'll climb the roof, they'll take the pictures of the damage, and they'll send it in to a desk adjuster that works for the insurance company. They'll see the photos, and a lot of times they'll deny it. I'm not saying it's 100% of the time. A lot of times they'll deny it, and then we'll take it from there. We've got to see what the homeowner wants to do.
I don't know if I can hear. Can we hear you guys? Can we hear him? Might have to.
You hear me?
Oh, nope. Hold on. Wait. Okay, talk now.
You hear me?
No. How about now?
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
go.
Okay.
Oh, there
My
we go.
bad. I had the wrong one on. That was on me. Can you repeat
And-
that?
and-
Yeah, can you start
Okay.
over,
And you ran the
please?
station for a week.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I was like, wait, did I push the wrong button? My bad. If you could repeat that, I apologize.
No, the insurance company will send a third party guy. It's super common now. Third party company that will go out there. They'll jump up on the roof. They'll take pictures of, the hail damage. They'll send it into a desk adjuster that works for the company. And a lot of these desk adjusters, a lot of times will just deny it, and they're not even the bad guy, just on email or whatever. The homeowner's trying to call the adjuster. Good luck. He's probably not calling you back. And I'm dogging the insurance. I mean, I think it's legalized mafia.
Oh,
They're treating
Right.
the homeowners terrible.
Yeah.
If there's legitimate damage up there, if there's not, I'm going to tell the homeowner it's not worth it. Just
Right.
wait,
For sure.
see how this season goes, 2 seasons, whatever. Just give us a call when you're ready. We can repair it. We can maintain it, whatever. If there is damage, we need to step forward and take care of it. But when there is a full loss and it's denied from the insurance company, it's common. It's super, super common. We've got throughout the year, we'll have a file that's as tall as my arm, that we're working through.
Mercy.
Yes.
Oh,
And
that's terrible.
they take a good long time.
Come on,
I think that's where you
insurance,
got
like,
it. Well, that's where you have to have a relationship with your insurance agent. That's why I think it's good to know your insurance agent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like,
I agree.
who I would refer out to clients and stuff.
Right.
Because to me, it's if I'm having hell, getting my
If you're having
having
hell, getting your
from
hell.
hell.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
If I'm having an issue getting an approval,
HELL.
Uh-huh.
I want to be able to call my agent and be like, look, I've been paying you for however many years.
Right.
You get your butt on the phone and you call them.
Right.
You handle this.
Right.
This is ridiculous. It's clearly,
Mhm.
my house, it's leaking in my house. It's
Right.
clearly coming from the roof. And that's where you should be able to call your local agent. Like I said, you've been paying and be like, I need some help here.
Right. And
Uh,
that's a good point because I have to deal with I like to deal with the agent. And there's some agents that are not aggressive. There's some that are super aggressive. Clint Musselman, I'll give him a plug. He's a buddy of mine. He's with Allstate. He's here in Burleson. He fights tooth and nail for his homeowners. So he and I both go to battle to get these roofs bought, and we're probably going to get it done. And Luke Rickenstein, I've messed his
Yeah,
name
is
up
that
so
how I
many
say it,
times.
Luke?
I think, it's German, I believe. I think it's, but I won't say it.
I think it's
Yeah,
Mexican.
I-
Is what it is.
You think it's Mexican?
I don't
really?
think so. He was on the show last week.
I know.
Yeah, he looked. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't know. It
think
looks
so.
German.
Looks pretty German.
Yeah, I
But he-
speak
he-
German, so.
I do not speak German.
Oh yeah, I think it's German. I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
either German or Polish.
But
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
are 2 examples. Luke does a great job because, he cares.
Yeah.
He gives a crap. So he's always battling for that stuff. But his company is a bit easier to work with on the claims.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other guys are a bit harder. But I mean, 9 out of 10, we're going to get that thing bought. So
Right.
if it's got damage,
Yeah.
if it doesn't, and a lot of the roofing contractors will get up on the roof. There's not really much damage, and they'll tell you to call the adjuster, and they'll gamble it. They've been doing that so long, and the insurance has been run around by the contractor. The tables have turned.
Oh,
It's almost
absolutely.
like 3 parties are fighting each other: the homeowner, the roofer, and the insurance adjusters.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is
so-
why I think they say no right off the top sometimes. Like, I don't even know that they're even opening the file, to be honest with you.
But
Right?
it doesn't
Especially if
sound
it's a
like
third
it.
party adjuster. You see
Well,
what I'm saying?
You've got to
Yeah.
look at it like this. If there was a large insurance company, and I almost said it, but whatever. Maybe I'll say it next time.
You can. Absolutely. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
If they've got 10 claims and all 10 of those claims have legitimate hail damage and they deny all 10, 2 out of that 10 homeowners and the contractor will fight the insurance.
Right.
And the other ones don't?
They
Right.
do not. They're intimidated by them.
No.
They're going to lose. That's what they think they're going to lose.
You guys, this is your
Or-
money that you're putting into their account to help you when you need
When
it.
you need
That's
it.
what insurance is.
100%.
Insurance is you providing them the funds.
Right.
So how are they going to deny you when it's your money that you've been investing into them for them to take care of you later later when
Yeah.
something happens?
Well, but
They'll,
Right.
they'll deny
Oh,
10
don't
of
get
them.
me started. No.
They'll get 2 of them that will
I'm
fight.
fired up.
Right.
They'll get 2 of them that will fight and 1 might win. So it looks like that insurance company lost on that deal, but they actually gained on 9.
Right.
90% of it.
Right.
Right.
Wow.
That's how they can afford to get high dollar NFL people to go promote their insurance companies on every commercial during football.
Yeah, because
Right.
they're keeping the money.
It's very
Right.
expensive to
Yeah.
hire Mahomes and everyone else.
Yeah.
Right. To promote your business.
Wow.
The commercials are insurance and food and beer.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that they're losing on these claims. They're not. They're
No.
not paying out.
Right.
And there's nothing the homeowner can do about it. They're not getting return phone calls. They're getting denied, and it goes all the way down the board. There's too much noise in our market, and that's why we do a lot of metal, because it can silence that noise like that.
That's good.
Take care of your property.
Yeah.
Put the metal on. You can take your homeowner's premiums to the carpet, because the metal roof is fire rated, it's wind rated, it's hail rated, it's energy efficient, it's lightweight.
Class
It's
4.
not, it's
Mhm.
class 4. It's not nailed down like a shingle.
Right.
It's screwed down to the deck.
That's even better.
And every piece of metal is screwed to each other. So it
wow.
becomes monochromatic. It's one shell. It's not coming off. So it's the last roof you'll have. So that's why we promote it. We show it. And we
Right.
can't sell it. I mean, if you're either going to buy it or you're not.
Right.
But at least you've got options.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah. 100%. Well, and back to what you were saying about, 2 out of 10, like the contractors want that low hanging fruit, right?
Right.
So if it gets bought, cool, I'm in. If not, I'm out. When it gets bought, call me. And a lot of that is just because they want to turn and burn, right? And a lot of that is also because they don't know how to fight. They don't have the resources. But I mean, we've been doing it since 2003, and we really truly are passionate about the homeowner and helping them. Like, I want to get you what you deserve.
I like to win.
Yeah.
I just like to win. I don't want to lose, man. So I get flustered with it sometimes, but there's a lot that goes into.
So
when
you
it's-
guys don't play a lot of card games or anything, right? Like
We actually do, but
do? I
I'm
love
super
it.
not competitive,
I want
and
to
he's
beat you at
very
tic-tac-toe.
competitive.
Everything,
Yes. Yes.
I just had to throw that in there. Sorry, guys. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Yeah, because I can't. My husband and we're very competitive, both
Okay.
of us.
Yeah.
And so, playing games, playing card games and stuff, unless there's a lot of people playing, it's just it can't just be him and I.
Right. It's a
Oh
battleground.
my goodness. Oh yeah, it's a
Mhm.
battleground. It's
Yeah.
like a fight to the finish.
My
Woo, it gets
my
bloody.
brother's wife is a state judge, and we are a little bit too competitive. So if it comes to a game, we'll say, you playing? I'm out.
Yeah, that's
I get
good.
too animated.
Yeah.
She takes it lighthearted, But
Yeah, I'm
I
like,
love it.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember what game we played with them, but my daughter was like 5, and she was trying to cheat because she didn't know the rules. She
Yeah.
wasn't really trying to cheat. She just didn't know the rules. And my niece, she was like, no, ma'am, you can't do that. And I was like, really? She's 5. And she's like, no. And let me tell you, they made her play by the rules, and she won. She beat them. So I was like, yes, solid win.
Yeah.
But we're a competitive family,
Now,
except for me. Pretty
once
much.
the roof is denied, and the homeowner wants to take steps to fight that thing, between us taking anywhere from 40 to 70 plus pictures of all the damage, we'll go up on the roof. It's a little boring, but I'll say it.
Oh, go ahead.
We'll mark a 10 by 10 area on each slope. I will, and I'll circle all the hill. So it's the west slope, the south, the east, north. I'm going to take a ton of pictures, and all those pictures are uploaded. We use a system called Xactimate. It's
Okay.
the same system that the insurance companies use. So our market for Dallas-Fort Worth for October, September of 2022, those numbers are updated in Xactimate for our market. So I'm going to get that roof with the squares that we've measured. Satellite image, we're going through Eagle View. I'm paying for that. We did all the photos. All the damage to your window screens your gutters, your downspouts, the fence has damage. I'm going after them for everything I can.
Right.
So that file between the Xactimate file that's to the penny that we're asking for, all the photos, field adjustment, the whole thing. When we send that packet in, it's very difficult for them to deny it. And it still takes time. And that's worst case scenario. I mean, we get a ton of roofs that are just bought because it's obvious that they saw the damage. So
I want you to explain to them the process. When you sit down with a homeowner and explain the construction, how we're going to tear it off, go back, all of that. I think that's really important. I think that a lot of homeowners have no idea what the process should look like. And when your contractor's talking to you, this is what you want them to say.
Yeah, it's a loaded thing to say, but the insurance company too, I want to say this before I forget, they'll tell the homeowner to get 3 estimates. And that's for them to win. That's for that's for the insurance company's benefit. So through Xactimate, we know exactly how much that roof is costing. That's tear off, that's dump fees, that's labor to put it on, that's steep charges, everything. Metal edge, they need to replace everything. When we get a file, I'm going to go through that file, and everything on that Xactimate needs to be, it needs to be updated, which it's already low, right? And I need to see that they've paid for everything. If they haven't, we can supplement the whole thing. But all those funds that come in from the insurance company, we're putting it back on your property. This is not for me to go buy something extra. This is not for the homeowner and I to split. We don't do any of that noise. And then we get into the deductible part of it. If your claim is $20,000 and your deductible is $5,000, that leaves $15,000 to the homeowner. And homeowners are used to being free on their roofs.
Yes.
There's a lot of contractors that are still eating deductibles, right? They're still doing that. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but the roofing contractors should not be eating deductibles.
No.
It's a bad deal.
It's illegal for one.
It muddies up the market. And the homeowner is out of pocket $0, which is great for them.
Right.
But it leaves the contractor with less money to buy the best material possible and to pay labor. Good labor is expensive.
Yep.
So I pay my guys, my crews that are our employees, we pay them very well. But they do it exactly the way I want them to do it. And we do the same system every time. So the roof is torn off to the deck. And I can get into this in more detail, but it's torn off to the deck. Now, once I'm down to the bare deck, I can see everything. I can see where there's water coming in. The valleys are destroyed. The flashing's bad on the chimney. The flashing's bad on this and that. So I started a job this morning in Hudson Oaks. We tore the layer of shingle off, and there's 3 layers of felt. So now this is very important because this is very common in North Texas.
You're not supposed to have that many, right?
No, ma'am. You're not supposed to.
Okay. See, I do know a little bit about a lip, just enough to get me in trouble.
Tear the shingle off, tear the felt off. What's common is the roofing contractor will tear the shingle off, leave the felt, maybe put new felt down, and then put new shingles. So now they had 2. So this homeowner had 3 layers of felt, which meant there was 2 other roofs on there. They didn't tear it off. When the contractor leaves the felt on, he cannot see where the water's coming in at.
Right.
I beg you to show me where you know where that water's coming in at. He's trusting that stuff won't fail, and it's too much. So we tear off to the deck and go through our process, not to be the hero to the homeowner, but to protect our company.
Absolutely.
So
you want to do that
Right.
typically. I mean, that's going to be.
You would think.
Yeah,
but
you would
it's
think.
Super common. And we're not the only contractor that does
No, there's
that
good
to the deck.
contractors.
There's
Yeah.
a lot
Even
of good
in
contractors.
Burleson,
A lot
yeah.
of my friends are really good contractors.
Yes.
So we're not the only guy in town that does that. Right.
Right.
But that's the way it should be done.
Absolutely.
That's
And-
that's concerning not to, because
Right.
you've got these multiple layers that's got to
Fire.
fire, and mess with the performance of how the shingle or
That's
the
right.
roof's supposed to work, right?
That's right.
Because it's supposed to be that padding's not good. I mean, the fact they're doing that's not good.
It's not good.
No.
It's super duper common. It adds weight
So
to it.
you want to be able to sit there with your roofer and say, I should be looking at wood. I should see nothing but wood before you guys lay anything.
And that's right. And the homeowners do not know how the process works.
Okay.
So all we do as a
Good.
company is to go into your home and show you the process on here. This is how this should be done.
Right. Absolutely. Yes.
And your deductible is for sure that's got to get paid, because those funds are the dollars and cents we need to get this thing done properly. So
right.
that's
Insurance
an
knows what it takes, right? They're not in the business
they're
of
not trying to lose
adding
money.
fluff. Right.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
the fact that they say this roof is worth $20,000 to do correctly, I'm asking you to only pay $3,000 of that. Where else do you get that? If you want to put a pool in, it's 100% on you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Right.
So when you explain it to people like that, when they are taking out those funds, 3,000, 5,000, even more, depending on how large your property is, where are they coming up with that money and still making a profit? Right. I mean, we're still in business.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Exactimate will get 46.2 squares of your roof with steep, with all these things. And let's say it comes down to $21,487.02. That's what Exactimate populates. That's what they're ready to pay out to the contractor and the homeowner. But, and I didn't finish because it was my brain fart.
Happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
Yes.
The insurance company will tell the homeowner to get 3 bids.
Yeah.
So why? Are they looking out for the homeowner? No, they're not. They're going to get a bid.
The cheapest.
They're going to let the contractors bid on a cash deal.
Mm-hmm.
So automatically the contractor says, well, I got to beat his cash deal.
Right.
So if he gets to see the other 2 deals, if you get one for 18, one for 17, one for 16, usually the homeowner picks the one in the middle, typically. If you turn in, the contractor has to legally turn in a bid for $16,000 to the insurance. Instead of paying $21,000 and change, now they're just going to pay $16,000. So the insurance company on that one file saved $4,000 or $5,000.
Wow.
That's why you don't need 3 bids.
No.
Let's get the roof bought from the insurance. Let me see the numbers from Exactimate. If they're low, I'll get it up. But you pay the deductible. We're going to roof for full insurance proceed to the penny. And I'm going to do all these things, and I'm going to make it worth it to you. You're going to want to do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. And I think that needs to be more. We need more of that. So I'm so
Right.
excited to have you guys on my show, because I think that, on our show, sorry. I don't leave it for Jason out. Just like I've been so quiet over here.
the truth comes out.
Yeah, she runs it for a week, and now she thinks she owns
I know.
the
I'm
whole
like,
thing.
no.
Well,
No.
Watch out, Tiffany. She's coming,
Yeah, we're
coming for everybody.
she's coming for you.
Tiffany loves me.
Yeah.
I love her. But no, but I think that is very, our homeowners do need that. And that's why when I have a seller, for sure, I'm always like, hey, how old is your roof? And when they say they don't know, that's very concerning to me.
Mhm.
So that's why I wanted to have you guys on the show too, because I do feel that the homeowners need to understand,
Right.
hey, whether you're going to sell or not, the maintenance on your house, the maintenance on your roof is very crucial and very important. Like
Yes.
you got to understand, the roof is what is keeping your inside of
Right.
your house nice.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
there's 2 things not negotiable in lending.
Yeah.
I
guess.
and roof and
Mhm.
foundation.
Right.
Yep.
Those are the 2 things that it doesn't matter what kind of finance you're getting. It's going to be like, no, we're not going to look the other way. We
Right.
want the roof to be in good shape. We want the foundation.
Yeah.
Right.
And if not, and then the appraisers that go out there, they're like, whoa, that roof, they'll recommend, they're not going to act like a roofer. They're just going to say, you need a roof inspection.
Right.
So real quick, on as far as inspections go, you guys do that quite often, I would assume.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always inspecting. So I'm always on top, getting up on the roof, taking a look at it. We've got a salesman that works with us. He's a great guy. He called me and he said, the roof is damaged. And I said, did you get up there? He said, no, not yet. I said, well, once you get up there. So we've got a protocol. We'll take the pictures. We'll get back down and we'll share it with the homeowner.
Right.
We can show them the damage.
Right.
And again, this is real important. If you do not have the damage, if it's not going to get bought, we're going to tell you. That's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
This is good news. Your roof
Yes.
is doing okay.
Yeah.
We see a couple of vents that could use a little drying in, this and that, and get you covered. But when you do have damage, give us a call. We can set up a maintenance program with you. We can do all kinds of things. But if it does have damage, we need to get the adjuster out there. The homeowner has to call the adjuster. They set up the time and date. I can't call for them. It's set for October 5th at 9 a.m. The first thing you do, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, is call me. I'm going to put it in my calendar and I'm going to meet that adjuster there.
Yes.
If I do not meet the adjuster, he will probably deny it.
Yeah.
If I'm there, I'm going to point everything out, and I've got to feel it out. I'm not hard on the adjusters. I don't follow behind them. I'm not nitpicking. You can tell, I can tell through conversation what kind of mood he's in.
Yeah.
You know, and if it's a third party guy, he's just taking pictures. He's
Right.
got no skin in the game.
Ugh, that's
So,
scary.
I know.
I didn't want this to be all bad news, you know, but we do a ton of inspections.
Well, but that's good because some people would be like, well, of course, if I do an inspection, of course, the roofer's going to tell me, yeah, you need
That's
a new
right.
roof.
But it's not always
if
the
you
case.
but if
No.
you know, you wouldn't because you're like, it's not worth wasting time. And
And my
insurance
gas.
and insurances
Yeah.
should be guarding
I
against
mean,
that, right?
right.
They should want to make sure, hey, is this roof really need to be
It's a total waste of
repaired.
time if there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
And you set the homeowner up, the adjuster, all these things, and there's no damage. It's a complete waste of time. We are way too busy to do that. So if it's a legitimate deal and you've got damage, then we can take it from there. But
Okay.
the very first initial time that I meet the homeowner, I go through the whole protocol as to how we do it as a company, how we do it, and if that makes sense to them, the whole thing. So we should have relationship from the first day.
Right.
There's nothing I'll spring on you later. This isn't secret sauce or magic formula, right? There's
Right.
nothing on the back end. As a company, you're going to pay your deductible and you're going to get all these things included, and you're going to get warranty from the manufacturer,
Right.
and you get a 10-year warranty on my labor.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
we install it so well, I'm backing it up for 10 years. And if anything happens, you call Bert or you call Heather, either
Right.
one of us.
And I'll send Bert out to get on your roof.
And you don't call, you can talk to Heather, but she's not going out there.
Yeah.
I'll come sip coffee with you while Bert's on your roof.
And
Right, there you go. I
and-
like that. Okay.
And she
All
is
right.
51% owner. So I mean,
True. We are women owned.
That's awesome. Hey, I love
I thought that would
empowerment.
help on paperwork. And
It
stuff,
really
but it
does.
doesn't.
It really, oh, it does.
No, I'm
It
kidding.
does.
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it does.
Oh, it does.
But before we leave, I do feel like it's very important for us to let the listeners know what your maintenance program is. When should they have a roofer come out and look at their roof, right? What are some things that they need to be looking for, checking on, some of those things possibly that we can give out to them, as well as I'd like you guys to tell them where you guys are located too, because if they do want to see some
Yes.
of the options,
Right.
that way they can come and visit you too.
Yeah, we'd love to have you guys out. Just call and make the appointment. Make sure that I'm there really. And we're at 321 Northwest Hillary Street in Burleson. If you're on I-35 and you exit Wilshire, you go over the bridge, you'll see Texas Tire.
Okay, yeah.
I'm right by Texas Tire.
You are?
We're
I
right
think I've
behind
been over
them.
there. I use the sign guy over
Yeah.
there.
Oh,
I'm
we're
about
right
to go
next
see
to
him right now, actually.
Are
I'm
you
not- Yeah, I
really?
got shirts to drop off. Yeah.
We know Joel.
For our Johnson County.
He's our neighbor.
I
Joel's
love
a very
him.
nice guy.
He's so good.
Yeah.
He made our banners for our organization. I'm going to have to, I'm definitely going to be promoting him because he has
Awesome.
definitely helped out with the Miss Johnson County organization. So
Awesome.
Very nice guy.
that's been awesome. Yes, he's
Very
super
nice guy.
sweet.
Well, we're literally right next door to Joel.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
We're
Yeah.
next door to Joel. The showroom's open. It's not a big showroom by any means. It's not like it's a grand deal, but it's very clean in there. Be happy to make you some coffee and sit down.
Oh, okay.
But,
I have to come visit now. So because
yeah,
we're so
come
close, we're
on.
Yeah,
neighbors.
But we do have a lot of homeowners come in and we lay out the paperwork and explain the process there in the office.
I love it.
It's undivided attention. It's quiet. But we do have all of the samples for the metal standing seam. We didn't mention that. Standing seam, your stone coated steel, your specialty roofing as far as Da Vinci,
Yeah.
polymer roofing, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of cool product you can put up there. And if you're tired of dealing with hail damage and you're tired of dealing with people knocking your door, all these things we can help. You know,
awesome.
And
Okay.
it does make sense. In the long run, it does make sense for us to put the metal on there because we've got happier people. And we're looking, she and I have built a fantastic foundation and it's growing well.
I
you know?
love it.
So we didn't want to turn and burn and blow it up too fast. So
What
Right.
about the ported? Do you when I had mine done, they came back where it actually has a hose where the attic can breathe
mhm,
going up the I guess it'd be the ridge lines.
mhm.
I just didn't know about your opinion on that. If it really
There's a
Is
product
it-
called Ridge Vent
yeah.
that goes at the very top of the house.
Uh-huh.
If you've got enough ridge length, it may make sense. It may make sense, but in all applications, it won't.
Okay.
They've got solar fans. They've got static fans. They've got turbines. They've got all kinds of cool
Okay.
stuff. And through all the years, I still like using some of the old things, you know.
Right.
There you go.
Well, I appreciate you guys so much for being on the show today.
Thank
I know
you for
Jason
having us.
does too, because we
Absolutely.
awesome. We love having you guys. I had to include him. Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and come back Wednesday. We'll be here every Wednesday, 1 to 2. Bye.
Adios.
Bye, guys.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.